feel like I look like a bit of a shambles today. I was too lazy to even wash my hair this morning and no makeup. But hey, I'm kind of over trying to be what I'd like you to see. So you're just seeing me basically now. I did try in the beginning to be more put together, but this is me. And so I'm going to show you my whips I've got in progress. So I'm going to put the camera down basically so I don't have to see my face or my hair. So where should we start? We'll just grab a bag. I'll show you the bags as well because they are lovely. This one is from my gorgeous friend Ali, who is Jammy Pudding and Custard. And really sadly she doesn't make these bags anymore. Do you, Ali? Look at the lining. Oh, so pretty. And did we do a swap or did I ask for this? We may have done a swap, I think. But it's gorgeous and beautifully made. Oh, okay. So in here, can't remember what it's called. Hang on for 1 second. So this is all of my whips. I'm coming clean. It's not too bad actually. And this is the Lene shawl. I think that's how you say it. And it's really pretty. It's kind of mosaic knitting, I think. Let's make a better picture. Anyway, I saw this, I think back in the winter, and I literally fell in love with it. I think I may have had a bad back at the time, so needed some serious knitting. So where have we got to? Let me see. So I haven't done that much. It's a beautiful texture. I think this is called Star Stitch, and I've just started on the mosaic bit. But this shawl has been Billy No Mates for quite a while because it does take a fair bit of brain power, and I think this Star Stitch is all over where you're not doing the mosaic knitting, but it is really pretty. Oh, that bit there is really pretty, isn't it? So I think this reminds me of watching Monty Don. He did a series, I think it was Japanese Gardens, and I remember watching that while I was knitting. Isn't that funny how it brings back memories? So I'm thinking I'm going to pick this back up again and just do some and see how I feel. And if I'm finding it's just too much brain power needed, I may unpick it and do something else with the yarn. The yarn is, this is one from my stash. I knit my birdie butterfly shawl out of it, but I can't remember what it's called. But if you really wanted to know, you could go on my Ravelry page, find my birdie butterfly shawl, which is pink and cream, and it will tell you on there. I am also using the Wool Barn in powder, which is a beautiful kind of dirty peachy pink, which is lovely. And this one is, doesn't say on the label, but I think it's Tea Rose from Dandelion and Dogwood. Oh, so gorgeous. So that's my Lene shawl. So that's whip number 1. I think I might give it some love so it's not Billy No Mates anymore. Okay. Whip number 2 is in my cute bag from, I think it's Rachel Makes. I don't know if it says inside. Oh, I love her bags. They're just perfect. Okay, so in here are my Marianne socks by Ambrose Smith, which are stunning. And the yarn I'm knitting them in, I couldn't be happier with. Oh, how beautiful is that? This is the yarn from the Wool Barn. What's it called? It was a sock set actually. So this is Sugar Rush and this is Nougat, and it's so beautiful. This is speckled. So pretty. But as much as I adore these socks, and I literally do adore them, they take a fair bit of brain power for me. And sometimes, for me especially, I like easy socks, and like I like a bit of interest, but it's just both sides, and I'd really love to finish them, but they've been on hold for such a long time, and there's a reason for that. And I think it's just too much brain power for me in the evenings. So I might, oh, I'm sad to say this because they are beautiful. I might unpick it to the cuff and then do something else. So pretty though. I'll be back in a minute. My oven timer is going off because my what was it, oat and raisin bake slices. I have the worst memory in the world lately. Back in a minute. Hello, my darling. Hello, my darling. Mabel's come to help, haven't you? Yes, my little darling. Yes, you are. Okay, so that was whip number 2. Whip number 3. I'm trying to think what we haven't seen for a long time. Oh, this is really pretty. Okay, so this is, what's it called? This is the Aranami shawl, otherwise known as the mermaid shawl. So I've done quite a lot on this. This reminds me as well when I had a bad back, so I'm thinking that's probably right. So this is how far I've got. And it's really beautiful. All these little, I don't know, scales are all knit individually. Like, it's very similar to a memory blanket, the squares. So it's pretty good because you don't have that many stitches on the needle at one go. And I have got this yarn and also this yarn if I need to make it bigger. So this needs continuing on with. The thing, why this is put on hold was because of the back. I was worried because obviously the back's going to be a little bit messy because you've got all the ends to weave in. And that bothers me a bit, but it doesn't look too bad, I don't think. So that's my Aranami shawl, which feels beautiful. Where's the bag go? Here. So the yarns I have used, this one, oh my goodness, well, it's like a big tangle here. This one is a Sweet Sparrow yarns by lovely Julie. Love Julie. I was watching her podcast this morning. For some reason I got very behind. And this is Mother of Pearl on her hummingbird base. And that is 50 merino, 50 silk, so it's beautifully soft. Then I went into this, which is Fairy Cakes by Fine Fish Yarns. That's all I had left, so that's pretty good use. Then my next yarn, oh, this is where it's going to get confusing, I think. Yeah, I think the lovely Tracy, excuse the messy cake, lovely Tracy of Nora George dyed this for me, especially to go right there. And this also is a Nora George in her, I think it's raspberry colourway, and it's so silky, the yarn. And it's actually silk sock, and it's 55% marine, 55% superwash BFL and 45% nylon. But I can't, why is it so beautiful and shiny like silk? Well, it's so beautiful. She called it Jooles because I think it was just a one-off just for me. She's so lovely. I love Tracy. So that's my Aran Army. I'd be interested to know what everybody thinks I should pick up and should give up on, if any. I have given up on one pair of socks, but other than that, these are all... No, we haven't done this one, have we? Oh, this is my recent one. Okay, so you've seen this one. I did some more last night. It's so pretty. Love those colours. So I've talked about this one a lot in my previous podcasts. And I've also started, what's this called? How I Roll. So these are some shorties. These are some shorties that I've started. Oh, Jules, you're so... Look at this. What a mess. I started those a couple of evenings ago, and because I just need more shorties in my world. And this yarn is... Let's see if I can remember without getting it wrong. This is Nox yarn in Fairy Bites colourway, and I used this in my Find Your Fate Jools, so I had this much left, which is about 50 grams, and I thought that would make a perfect pair of shorties because it's so beautiful. So that's 3 pairs of socks. Oh, and these socks here, I'm using my basic pattern for my Mabel socks, but I'm not doing the cable, but I'm doing everything else. It's got a mini gusset, this pattern, and it's great for stripes because it's a bit like a fish lips kiss, that kind of heel that doesn't interfere with your striping. And it's got a mini gusset as well, so it makes it a little bit wider across here. So that's my Mabel socks. I don't know, I think I may call these my Rose Garden socks, I think. So that's that. The next one I showed you very recently too, which is my Tenya. And if you'd have seen my last mention about it, I don't know which is the right way and which is the wrong way. I think that's the right way, actually. Yeah, I'm not sure what to do about this. I've had differing advice on my vlogs. This is the large, but if I'm getting my breast reduction, I think I might want to go down to medium. So I'm just hanging on for this for now. And the last 2 are very old and kind of long-standing whips that are still going and I'm still loving. So this is my teeny tiny patchwork blanket. Let's let it down here. It's so titchy. The squares are, let me think, 12 by 12, I think. How cute is that? So 4 of these squares makes up 1 square from my normal size happy patchwork blanket, which I'm going to show you in a minute. But I am going to turn this into a little doll or teddy blanket, I think, because it's a lot of ends. It's very fiddly. I've been knotting my ends very securely, and I'm going to back it with some kind of fabric so you don't see the ends and I haven't got to weave them in. So that's my teeny tiny patchwork blanket. Mabel's having a little chat with herself down there. And my last whip is my happy patchwork blanket. I love this. I'm really thinking I might get it out again actually. It's quite big. Let's go back up. Okay. So it's quite big. And I've added all the ones with stitch markers on, which are all along here, are new since last time, and there's 4 across here, but I'm not going to point them all out individually because we will be here forever. Isn't that pretty though? I'm feeling a really big urge to work on that. It's lovely. I've kind of forgotten how lovely it is. Look how pretty it is. Oh, yeah. And I haven't used all of my scraps. Well, actually most of them, to be honest, but I'm avoiding dark colours because it's just not my thing. So they're all kind of, I don't know what you'd call them, mid-tones and pastel, but they're quite fresh. I think it's quite fresh colours, really. But some of them are just, well, all of them are just gorgeous, but some of them are my favourites. Like, I think this is my ultimate favourite. And I have a whole garment quantity of this. That's Tracy from Nora George. So, yeah, that's all of my whips. So, I hope you enjoyed that. Good morning. Today is Friday the 19th of July. Friday again. I've forgotten how I started. I made that curry last night, the Carolan prawn curry, and it was so delicious and really, really easy to make. Basically, you put all of the veggies, there's cherry tomatoes, onion, pepper, and all the spices and oil in a baking tray. Put it in the oven for about 20 minutes, bring it out, and then you just add a tin of coconut milk, prawns, and some more vegetables. It says spinach, but I added courgettes because I have them in the garden, and I also added asparagus because I had that in the fridge. It was so easy and so delicious. Yeah, I plan on doing the cherry clafouti soon as well. I just love that book and all the others. I love the idea of one pot cooking because for me, washing up is really the worst bit about feeding everybody. And so I'll put a link to that book down below this YouTube video. I think it's just starting to rain. I don't really mind. So today, I'm taking my mum out for a coffee because I haven't seen her this week because I didn't take her to the hospital this week. So yeah, I'm taking mum out for a coffee at a garden centre, and I thought I'd have a look. I'd like an annual climber, like Morning Glory or a Black Eyed Susan or something for the little trellis on the shed. So I'm going to have a look for that. I don't know what I'm doing for the rest of the day. I don't really have any plans today. I've always got adventing to do. But there's no pressure. I don't have to do it today if I don't want to. I've got a really free weekend, to be honest, because Pete is playing cricket on Saturday and he's going on a boat trip with his friends on Sunday. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, to film the tutorial for the hand lotion balms. And I don't know what else I'm going to do, so I'm quite excited about that. Oh, you will see, before this little bit of filming, you would have seen some footage that I recorded yesterday. And to be honest, I recorded it yesterday, but my vlog was 20 minutes anyway yesterday, and I thought, I'll save that for tomorrow. So you've got a little bit of yesterday's footage where I share my whips. So I hope you enjoyed that. I actually worked on my happy patchwork blanket last night. I did 2 squares and really enjoyed it. So I think that's going to be getting some more love. Also, I've decided to make a cowl because come the autumn, can you tell I'm a bit excited? Summer is not my month. Like this weather today, I'm just checking there's no one around me chatting to my camera. This weather today is perfect. This is my weather. When it's hot and muggy and hot, I just don't feel great. It's not my weather at all. I feel so much better in myself, health-wise, in the autumn, spring and the winter, to be honest. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. So I'm going to knit to myself a cowl. I haven't decided which one yet. There's a few that I'd quite like to do. I'd also really like to make the dust of snow wrap because I have a lot of minis left from last Advent. So that's a couple of options I've thought of. I've really hurt my shoulder. I did it not last night, the night before. I woke up in the morning and I went to grab a glass of water from the bedside table and I don't know, something in my shoulder kind of clicked and I thought, ouch, that really hurt. So I just laid there for a few minutes, kind of letting it settle down. But as the day went on yesterday, my shoulder got stiffer and stiffer and my neck. And that is quite annoying. So, oh my goodness, I was watching Sherry Iris, her YouTube. She's vlogging as well in July. Oh, I love her so much. She's so gentle and inspiring. And she was saying that she gets annoyed with herself for saying and so many times. And so is my word. Gosh, I don't know how many times I say it per vlog. So, I just can't not do it. It's so hard. It's very hard not to say it. I'm going to try very hard. Okay. Anyway, that's better than isn't it? Anyway, I'm going to finish this lovely walk in the lovely cool weather. I'm going to take Boo home, get her settled, and then I'm going to go and collect my mum and we're going to have a nice cup of coffee and a mooch around the garden centre. So I might take you with me. See you later. Oh, I just spotted some gorgeous heather. How pretty is that? See, that's a little bit autumny. I know people are going to be getting cross with me because most of you, I think, like summer. it's raining. Look, there's Boo. Hello, Boo. What are you doing in there? That's where she's going to watch me from. She doesn't like the rain. Anyway, I had a lovely time this morning with my mum, and I got some nice plants, including this Black Eye Susan. Look, isn't that a pretty colour? So I thought that would go on the shed, on that little trellis on the shed. Because I just wanted something just for this year, so it's just an annual. And then I bought this. Have you ever seen anything prettier than this? How gorgeous is it? Look. Oh, it's just so pretty. It's a digitalis. Let me see if I can find the label. Okay. Foxlight Rose Ivory. And it's a perennial, so that'll come back every year. So I'm really chuffed with that. I love it. And that was £14, so that was a bit more pricey. The Black Eye Susan was £10, and I had limited funds to spend because we're trying to be not too spendy at the moment. But then, look, Cosmos. And I know they'll only be good for this year, but I got a pink one. So pretty. And this one should be, yes it is, look, has one flower. Should be a white one. And I know they look a little bit sad at the moment, but I think they just need putting in the ground and they will do well. And I also got these pinks. Yes, Amy, if you're watching. They are pinks, not carnations. I have a hatred for carnations. And these look very much unhappy, but I think they've just got a bit pot bound and a bit wet. Anyway, they were £4 and I got them for 50p, so I got two of those, like a corally colour one and this one, which is a pink one. And then Mum gave me this campanula, which she dug out of her garden. And this was suggested by the lovely Gaynor, Tales from Cuckoo Land, who suggested that I could cover up those horrible bricks in my wall. You know, the flower breeze block bricks. And she said I could stuff some of this in. Anyway, I bought some seeds, but Mum had some plant. So she cut me off a little bit, so I'm going to try with that. And she also gave me a couple of delphiniums that she grew from seed. So it's a very nice little haul.